Good day everyone, a very warm welcome to you. I hope you're well. My name is Nick and this is the Friday chat. Now, happening on a Friday this time. We had fallen a bit behind, but I've drawn it back on Friday. Now you might notice we're not outside, so we don't know if the red bag is still in its location on the walk that we used to do over and over again. Now I was due to go out today. The weather isn't too bad. In fact, it's ideal weather for going out. But this camera is sort of like, well, on its last legs. And I couldn't recharge it from the battery, I know. It's a Allegra Canon camera. R56 or R55 if you're into that sort of models and stuff. I bought it in 2014, so quite a long time on the channel, well, getting on for 8 years now, and it's practically recorded every vlog and outside walk that's ever happened on this channel. About last year the viewfinder went, so I can't see the preview there, so I've gradually been going further and further out the shot when I've been walking along, and now the battery's gone. Now don't worry, today, hopefully a bit later on, I've got some time, so I've been dithering a bit. Hopefully I'm going to get a better camera. I'm looking at the Canon MC50, is it called, something like that. But yeah, so it's going to be a huge upgrade. So I've been dithering for weeks and months, deciding which camera to possibly get. I say about 2 or 3. I need to see a few more videos to see the pluses and minuses, but I think any camera is going to be a massive improvement over this. So we're not outside, we're inside due to the battery blowing up, and hopefully this video records, but later on I'll be buying a new camera. Don't know how long it will take to arrive, but there we go. So we should see an uplift eventually. So sorry we're not outside walking, but hopefully very soon that'll fix itself. But at least we're on a Friday, so I hope you've had a very good week. Videos been continually going up, so as per usual I do a quick recap of the six gameplay videos we've had a look at. You might have seen them all, you might have seen none of them, but you might have missed the odd one. If you follow me on Twitter, Jenkins7Nick, I will put up the links there, or if you hit the bell notification it will send you an email when they go live. But just in case you've missed it, I've put up some footage as well. Let's have a recap of the last 6 we've done in the previous week. So on the ZX Spectrum, last Saturday, we did a text adventure called Mad Martha 2, written by Chris Evans. Sequel to Mad Martha, funnily enough, both come out in the same year. Now, like all text adventures, it's rather dependent on you knowing what to type in, the commands that the thing would accept. Mad Martha 2, very similar to Mad Martha 1. It's a little bit slow in terms of it digesting what you type in and analysing and giving the response, but it's okay. It's got a level of humour there. If you like the first game, you'd like the second one. I've said a few times before, text adventure games are a bit hard to make into an entertaining gameplay video, but that's there. So Mad Martha 2, I think I had this one on a C90 tape at some point back in the day. Yes. The other game we looked at on that day was a vertical scrolling shooter, which hopefully we're going to do on the live stream a bit later on today if you look in these as they go up. It's called Typhoon, from the arcades. They're divided into 2 sorts of gameplay. You control either a helicopter in one part and a plane in another part. Where it's either vertical scrolling shooting, where it's a bit hard, like a lot of Spectrum games of this genre, to see where you're going and what's shooting at you because it's all the same colour, and then sort of like a chase view mode on sort of like special bonus stages. It plays well, it's a little bit tricky, it's a sort of game that I'd only get any sort of distance with a cheat on it, but it's not a bad conversion. I don't think the Spectrum could have done much better than that. We played it in 128k. On Wednesday, as you might be aware, we always look at a homebrew on the channel, a ZX Spectrum homebrew. This one we looked at a game that's very ambitious, and does it pull it off? Well, not quite, but it's a very good attempt. It's called Space Racing. It's tried to be a clone of F-Zero, which first appeared on the Nintendo systems, I believe. If you're familiar with Wipeout, it's a bit like that, but more of a ground-based vehicle. Graphics are pretty good, there's upgrades there, but the Spectrum isn't really built to deal with this sort of game. There's a choice of vehicles. The Alpha Vauxhall Tower did really well with this. I couldn't expect them to do much better, but it's an absolutely mammoth task, and the Spectrum does struggle with this kind of racing game. It might be, we'll probably have a look at it on the live stream a bit later on as well. There we go, so Space Racing. Good name for a game, that one. On the Commodore Amiga, this game is a little bit dark, not in substance but in colour. It's a maze exploration game. It's called Future Shock. It's given away as a cover disc on Amiga Fun. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like 3 different time zones. On the gameplay, I didn't get past the first time zone, but essentially you collect 9 diamonds by shooting dinosaurs, avoiding things that kill you. As soon as you've got the 9th one, it's on to the next level. There's teleports to get you to different parts of the map. It's interesting enough as a cover disc, but I wouldn't like to have paid full price for the thing. And as I say, graphics, it's been commented a little bit dark. What's really good about this game, probably the best bit about the game, is the sound in there, and it's very of psychosis quality. If you're familiar with games like Shadow of the Beast and other ones they did, so worth it for the music alone. On the Atari 2600, we've already previously looked at a golf game called Miniature Golf, which is in 1978. This one is a little bit of an evolution. It's just called Golf, or Atari Golf, in 1980. This time you see the actual fellow hitting the ball, a stickman, and it's all to do with, to be successful, how you position your guy at the angle he hits the ball. There's 9 holes here. As a newbie, you'll be a bit like me, about hundreds and hundreds of shots over par. That's an exaggeration, but it wasn't very good. But it's got it's like a warm, nostalgic feeling. So if you grew up in this era, you can't help but like this game, although it isn't. It gets more playable as you play the thing. I quite liked it to see it there. And the last game is a game you might not be aware of. It's on the Commodore 64 again. I really like playing Kane before on the Commodore 64. This is Kane II. I think it's the only system that the sequel come out on. It's very similar to the first game in such that it's got 4 mini games. It's set in the Wild West. You play the part of Marshal McGraw, must defend the town of Kane against battles with the Indians. The Black Hole Gang have kidnapped the chief Indian's daughter, so it's up to McGraw to try and, well, shoot the bad guys to prevent all-out war. I always struggle with the horse-related levels on this, as did the first one, but fortunately, like the first one, there's a practice mode where you can jump into any of the 4 mini-games out of order, and by far my favourite part of the game is the shooting of Fort Apache. So I would have liked the game back in the day just for that. So hope you like those. It's all about stress busting, as we know. You know, I hope as much as I possibly can to, within reason. I have to work as well, as you know, and quite often I'm called in at odd hours at short notice. There's sickness and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully the video's going okay. It's a bit hard to control the light in here and the aperture of the camera, but as we say, we'll soon be upgrading that, and hopefully I get a mic set up to a laptop as I used to do in the past. That old laptop's broken as well. If I can replace that, and then we can feed the microphone sound through there. The other computer's a bit too far away to be able to do that, and then that's all a bit smoother too. It's all about going forward. So hopefully 2022 gets gradually better in the tech department and my time department as well. Okay, what do I want to talk about this time? Well, just a few things really. If you, the internet has probably let a lot of these things burn more fire or spread more than they should do. Conspiracy theories. There seems to be a conspiracy theory for absolutely everything nowadays, doesn't there? Right, I'm going to have to pause this slightly as I blow my nose. Yes, there's an edit coming up. Edit. What do professional people on TV do when that happens? Anyway, yes, it continues. I don't know who's running this shop. Well, I'll have to be me. Yes, conspiracy theories. That's what I was talking about. You've probably got a conspiracy theory about what just happened. Maybe the government or the feds got to me. I do not know. But yes, there is a conspiracy theory that, believe it or not, that dinosaurs did not exist. They was all like manufactured or large bones put in a different order for people to find fame and fortune. I don't believe this. But mind you, the things that happened in Jurassic Park probably couldn't happen. But anyway, I don't believe this. This takes me to a story. In the West Midlands, in the UK, in Rutland, a sea dragon has been found. A massive thing, believed to be an ichthyosaur, which went extinct about 90 million years ago. It's one of the most complete experiments, complete dinosaurs ever found in the country. They date it to be about 180 million years old. I think they do that through carbon dating. I might put a picture up if I can find one. It's an ichthyosaur in the West Midlands in Rutland, and I think if dinosaurs were a conspiracy theory, how comes they found them all over the world? To be a conspiracy theory, someone would have to gone down there and make the dinosaur and then wait for someone to find it. So it seems a little bit silly to me. Extinction events generally happen on the Earth every now and again. Hopefully one doesn't happen for a while, but I think there was an asteroid that fell about 12,000 years ago, which hindered the growth of the human race. You do get ancient civilizations that just seem to disappear for reasons unknown, like bombed back to the Stone Age, and then we have to start up again. We seem to have had a pretty good run at the moment. Hopefully we don't get bombed back to the Stone Age today, because that might affect the YouTube account. Yes, so do you think dinosaurs are a conspiracy theory? There's a few videos about it. I mean, there's conspiracy theory about anything nowadays. Chemtrails, the assassination of JFK, is Elvis alive, is COVID caused by 5G? It's all rubbish if you ask me, but you know, that's just my personal opinion on the matter. Sea Dragon, have you seen that story? Take a look at it, see what you think. There were some amazing dinosaurs back in the day. Why were they so big? Why were dinosaurs so big? They say it's possibly because, and insects as well. They say it's possibly because of there was a higher oxygen content in the atmosphere, or gravity was higher, or it was a different constituent, so made them grow bigger. Yes. If we could farm T-Rexes and get the meat off that, there'll be no famine anywhere. See what you think about that one. Formula 1 season starts in March. It seems like the last time it finish was in December. There's still some inquiries going on about the Hamilton-Verstappen confrontation in the last race. I don't think it's going to be turned over. I really hope it doesn't. Mercedes ones were early dropped. I don't quite know what's been investigated. But Hamilton has been quiet since that point. No media press releases, anything like that, which has led to rumours of whether he's actually going to start next season. I think he will do. He's just playing a mind game like he tends to do. He's signed for 2 seasons for Mercedes for the next couple of times. I think he should race, really, don't you? I think he'll come out of his secret stuff there. If he doesn't race, I don't know who they'd put in the Mercedes car alongside George Russell. George Russell's going to be very quick. There's new regulations on the Formula 1 cars for next season, the 2022. It's supposed to bring them all closer together. Hopefully, these my favourite team, McLaren, go nearer the front. But you know, we've had these rules and regulations before. It probably means they're going to stay roughly the same, because engineers are clever of trying to get round the rules and exploit differences in the car. So it's a reset, but how much it's going to be? The teams have got a limited budget to try and get above that, but they seem to have got round that already as well. Now, I won't say much about these things, it's a bit of a dodgy subject, but I did mention conspiracy theories briefly. What were the dinosaurs there? There's one that the Earth is flat. You could speak for ages about the Earth is flat. I'll just give my quick opinions about it. Now, I believe in physics. I've seen lots of pictures of the Earth. They are a globe, they're a sphere. But have I been in space and looked back at the Earth? No. So I don't definitely know that it is a globe, because I haven't seen it with my own eyes. I've never seen Australia either, but I believe Australia exists, although I've never seen it with my own eyes. But you have to take some things as read, because if you don't trust anything, then you're never going to get anywhere. So I don't know definitely the Earth is round, although I'm 99.9% suspect it is. I've only got what else is in the universe, in the galaxy I can observe to see what shape that is, because physics is going to have probably the same effect on every object over a certain size because of gravity. Now, I can see the moon, that is round. I can see Mars, I've seen Mars through a telescope, that's round. I've seen Jupiter through a telescope, that's round. The sun is round, everything is round. So I have to say the Earth is probably round because of gravity working on all sides of it. So that's where I finish on that. Results can be interpreted any way, but you can only do what you observe. And I think Elon Musk joked, when people settle on Mars, how long will it be before they have a flat Mars society? You know, how can you do that, right? There's another one, chemtrails. I don't know about chemtrails, where planes are flying over places, dumping chemicals to try and I don't know, stop population growth or control your brain, something like that. I don't believe that's true. Assassination of JFK, it was about a number of people. Well, might have been. I don't know. That's the one I don't really know anything about. The moon landing, that was false, was it? How I think about the moon landing. Now I'm covering these quite quickly. You could do a podcast lasting about 2-3 hours on this. The moon landing, right? I think we went to the moon. If you've got a powerful telescope, I'd imagine you can see the footprints. That's pretty powerful. I believe we went to the moon, but I think we didn't make it easy for ourselves because I don't think we had enough footage. So a lot of publicity footage or photos have been taken to put alongside the real stuff, and that stuff is fake. So people then think the whole thing's fake because they got this fake stuff on it. But we did go to the moon. That's my opinion there. What else? Oh yeah, Hitler didn't die in the bunker, as they say. They reckon that was a looky-likey. He was shipped out to Argentina, where he lived out the rest of his days. Can't disprove that or whatever. I suspect it's rubbish again, but I can't disprove that one. You know, as I say, you can speak for ages and ages about those things, but, you know, tell me what you think if you want to get involved in that. Conspiracy theories, don't you just love them? Talking about dinosaurs, Jurassic World Dominion is out in 2022. I liked all the Jurassic Park films, even the bad ones, but Dominion, that's going to be interesting to see how they cover that. I think the dinosaurs are now out of the park in the real world. So that's enough about me talking about, well, nothing much really. Let's do the shout-outs. As I said to you before, later on I'll be looking at a better camera. So this camera I bought in 2014, that's a line, will soon be history. We'll still use it as a webcam, I think. I was going to buy a Logitech Brio, but I think what I should probably do is use this as the webcam, because I'll get a pretty good picture from a webcam point of view there, and that serves as well. And upgrade the computer later on in the yeah, I think I only need to upgrade the computer that I use if I want to do like PlayStation 1 stuff and above. So it's possible to do that, but it's not necessarily the retro, and this serves us quite well as a webcam. Good, but not as a proper vlog cam, if you know what I mean. Right, yeah. Thank you to the members. Thank you. If you want to become a member to help the channel grow, to improve the tech and all sorts of areas, then click on that join button. But thank you to the subscribers as well. If you're on the first tier, thank you very much. If you're on the second tier or above, I can give you a shout out for anything you're working on. If you want me to stop shouting out what I'm shouting out, then please do that as well, and I will stop doing that. How do I give you a shout out? How do you contact me, Nick? Well, through Jenkins7Nick on my Twitter account, or through the members section. There, just do a post, put Dear Nick or To Nick or something like that. I will see that. So massive thank you this time round. Without your help, this channel would not be here at all. So thank you to Jason Smith, thank you. Tomman Centuria, Greyholt 2, thank you Greyholt 2. David B73, Dogs, thank you. Obed Brinkman, thanks everyone, really helpful there as we go into the new year. Pete James, Jason Arnold's Terrifying House of Obsession. It's a terrifying house of obsession, so go there. GTB Films, thank you, as I almost drop everything. N Barrett, thank you sir, thank you very much. Big thank you to Ratty, Manad1 and R-Zone 1255. Huge thank you to Alf Fairweather, thank you Alf, thank you for keeping my spirits up as well, and Torquemada. Huge thanks to Nikki S, thank you, and Claire Johnson. Thank you everyone, especially if you've been dropping by the live streams as well, and for watching the videos too, really appreciated. A big thank you to What Ho Snorkers, and to John Roby and Jeffrey Searby. Thank you. Huge thanks to Steve Norman there. Steve Norman, he's got the blog, of course, retroarcadia.blog. I need to update these links so it's a bit of a groovier graphic soon, I think, as well. Retroarcadia.blog. Go there, see what's going on and what's been happening this time round. What has he been looking at? He's been looking at a game from Zosya, a beat-em-up, which I haven't covered yet, called Angels, which I'll probably cover in a month or so's time. It's a beat-em-up game. I think it's for 1 or 2 players. I don't know too much about it, but I've seen a few screenshots, and Zosya are generally pretty good. So see what Steve thinks about this in his blog there. And also he's done a book review of a book, which is always good to do a book review of a book. It's an interesting book though. So the Game Boy, it's a Game Boy book called Box Art Collection, and you know, there's some great artwork from all the systems there over the years. Be interesting to see what these Game Boy ones are like. Really well written blog. It'd be 1 or 2 entries a week. So have a look at that today. RetroArcadia.blog from Steve Norman. Keep up the good work, Steve. Excellent. Big thank you also to Lemmy Barnett. Thank you, Lemmy, and Steve Q. Thank you for all your help so far, Steve. Thank you very much. Big thank you also to Phil Hill. Huge thanks to Chono Baggy. Thank you, Chono Baggy, for all your kind contact as well. Shout this out a few weeks there. I'll shout it out again. Chono Baggy's got an Instagram account. The cosplay site was instagram.com/ChonoBaggy. That's instagram.com/ChonoBaggy. Take a look at that. Lots of good photos on there. I'll say pretty much as I said last week, but really professionally done. Star Wars, Doctor Who, and various other bits and pieces are there. So take a look at that if you're on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, follow Chono Baggy if you're on Instagram, and if you're not on Instagram, just have a look at the pictures as well there. Instagram.com/ChonoBaggy. Good work. And also big thank you to Jason Holmes. So thank you everyone on that tier who kept with me. The numbers do go up and down a little bit on the lower tier below there. So thank you for everyone if you can do that. It's not compulsory by any means, but it does help me a massive deal. Eases my stress and gives me more energy for doing other videos there. Always up against it, fitting in work as well, but you know, it's a complicated jigsaw and a lot of us are in similar sort of situations. So thank you everyone there. Big thank you as well, huge thank you to everyone on the upper tier. As I say, you go above and beyond. So massive thank you to Ross Bossy, or Rossi Bossy there. If you haven't already, have a look at Rossi's site. He's a top coder. So it's rossbossy.itch.io, rossbossy.itch.io. Now this is some massive news on this site for you. Free game alert, free game alert, free game alert. Ross Bossy has finished making Re-Exevious, reworking the original Exevious game. It's a shooter, so it's Re-Exevious. If you go on to rossbossy.itch.io, you can now be playing that for free. So you can be playing that after this video in a matter of minutes. So download that. Got a lot of good stuff on the site as well. Nifty Lifty 2 R Enduro, which are also free. So if you're waiting for Super Pixel 3D Grand Prix, have a look at those 3 games, in particular Re-Exevious, the new one, because that's the best of the lot so far. Have a play of that, maybe give Ross some feedback about the game, but it looks awesome. Haven't had a chance to play it yet due to the scheduling, but something I potentially can review at some point. So have a look at that, rossbossy.itch.io. Keep up the good work, Ross. You're going from strength to strength. Each project you do is significantly better than the one before. You're going great guns. So well done. I know Ross has to work as well like me, and then does the other stuff in between, which I know is not the easiest thing to do. So good stuff, Ross. Re-Exevious. Check it out today. rossbossy.itch.io. Massive thank you to Colin Hode. Thank you, Colin. Thank you for all your help. Also to Martin R. Thank you for watching the live streams, Martin and everyone. A big hello and thank you to Richard Mitten there in the States. Thank you, Richard. Also to Tom. Thank you. And my friend in Australia, which I presume exists because you live there, but you know, I haven't been, so I take it on trust. Conspiracy theory alert. Thanks, Graham, for all your help as well. So huge thanks, everyone. So yes, apologies again, we haven't been out for what must be getting on for about 2 months now. But as I say, the battery pack went on this, so I couldn't take it out because I'd run out of battery. I just presume this is still working. I've got it plugged into the mains. I haven't got a long enough cable to go on a walk. Then tow it behind me. But soon they'll be in the past. We'll see if the red bag's there. With a new camera, the pink bag, red bag might look extra super bright. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Yes, these tend to get filmed in 720p. I own 720p. Maybe we'll go to 1080p, but then I'll have to get a bit better looking. So, thank you for watching as far as this video if you have there. Let me know about those brief conspiracy theories that below, but you know, we don't take it too seriously, so don't do paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. It's not that sort of a channel really. It's a jokey, de-stressing channel. I say this every time, but on some videos there'll be something, particularly in the older videos. So take great care of yourself. There'll be a couple of ZX Spectrum videos on the channel tomorrow. Members already know what those videos are going to be. That's one of the perks there, access to the members section. So if you become a member, then great, thanks very much, but not compulsory. So till next time, have a fantastic weekend, and till next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, E.
And Jenkin.